There is the one feeling after a breakup that confuses almost everyone. You feel sad, but at the same time relieved, and suddenly you think, how can I miss someone and still feel like a weight on his shoulders? The truth is, there is no contradiction here. And today we will talk about why these emotions often appears both. When people imagine breakup, they often think about pain, sadness or loss. But in reality, many people experience the super interesting experience. They may feel sadness, relief, gratitude, emptiness, sometimes even lightness. And that can feel confusing, because we assume emotions should be simple. But the human mind rarely works like that. Sometimes two completely different emotions can exist at the moment. Let's start with the most obvious part. Feeling sad after a breakup is completely normal. When two people spend a long time together, the emotional bond appears. It's not only love, it's also habit, closeness, shared memories, or future plans. Your brain literally adapts to the presence of the other person. When that connection ends, your mind experiences a loss, even if the decision was right, even if the relationship stopped working. The bond was still real, and sadness literally showed that this relationship mattered. Now let's talk about the other side. Why do many people feel relief? Because many relationships carry tension for a long time. Sometimes it's subtle, but it shows up in small things like you're breathing wrong, expectations, or different values. Some people live with this tension for months or even years. They get used to it, but their mind and body still carry it. So when the relationship ended, the tension suddenly disappeared, and your nervous system finally says, "Oh, I finally can breathe." Another important piece of a puzzle is that your mind and heart moves at a different speed. Your mind may understand the relationship wasn't working, your paths were diverging, the breakup was the right decision, but your heart still remembers the close moments, the warmth and happiness. So two processes happen at the same time. The mind feels relief, the heart feels loss. And together they create that strange emotional mix, sadness and relief at the same time. Sometimes a breakup feels like opening a window after a long time. On one side there is the cold air, but on the other side there is the freshness. You may lose the relationship but also regain your time, energy and your personal space. And many people sometimes say interesting things. Life actually feels lighter now. And that doesn't mean the relationship was bad. It simply means that they were not right. There is another psychological mechanism that appears after a breakup. Your memory starts highlighting the good moments. You remember laughter, trips, hugs, but your brain rarely shows the conflicts, the tension, the reasons why relationship ended. It calls the idealizing the past, and it strengthens the sadness, while the relief reminds you of the other side of reality. In many relationships, people may stuck in two different things: stay or leave. The inner conflict can last for months, and it creates huge emotional pressure. When the final decision made, the brain finally feels now everything is clear, and that clarity brings relief. There is one idea that helps to interpret this emotional paradox. You can simultaneously value someone, feel grateful for the experience, and miss certain moments, and still know that the relationship ends for the right reason. These emotions are not contradictions. They simply reflect the complexity of real life. If you are going through this emotional mix right now, there are a few things that can actually help you. Don't try to choose one emotion. You can feel sadness, relief, gratitude or guilt at the same time, and that's normal. Give yourself time. Your mind simply needs time to adjust. Today may feel heavy, next week might feel lighter. In a month, the memories can feel calmer. That's part of a healing. Start building your life again. When someone begins to return to their interest, focus on work or project, create new plans, their life slowly expands again, and the relationships becomes one chapter from the story, not the whole book. If you feel relief and sadness at the same time after a breakup, that's not strange. It simply means that truth existed at the same time. The connection was real, but its time has ended. And sometimes the moments like this become a moment of a new chapter in life, when a person starts understanding a life more clearly, who they are or what they value. And if this video resonated, drop a comment, subscribe and press like. So let's grow together. Have a good flight, fam.